Imagine a man shouting in your face. His veins are tense. His voice is cracking. He is desperate for a reaction. He needs you to shout back. He needs you to defend yourself. He needs you to engage in the chaos he has created, because that chaos is the only place where he feels powerful. Now imagine you do nothing. You don't blink. You don't frown. You don't look away. You just watch him like a strategist studying a move on a chessboard. You are completely still. In that moment, something shifts. The dynamic flips. His anger turns into confusion. Then that confusion turns into fear because he realizes he cannot reach you. He cannot read you. He cannot control you. He is throwing his entire presence at you, and you are absorbing it like a black hole. This creates a psychological glitch in the human mind. It unsettles people. It makes them question their own reality. And Robert Greene has repeatedly shown that this specific skill, the ability to become a void, is one of the highest forms of power. Most men live their entire lives as slaves to reaction. Someone insults them, they get angry. Someone compliments them, they smile. They are puppets. Their strings are pulled by everyone around them. Their wives, their bosses, the news, the traffic. They think they are free, but they are just biological algorithms responding to inputs. But there is a second type of man, a man who has cut the strings, a man who has mastered the art of being unknowable. When you master this, you become formidable, not physically threatening, but psychologically difficult to move. You become a mirror that reflects people's insecurities back at them. You become the most powerful person in every room. Not because you are the loudest, but because you are the only one who isn't playing the game. Today, we are going to perform an autopsy on the human ego. We are going to deconstruct the skill Robert Greene observed in history's greatest strategists and power players. I am going to show you how to detach, how to become unreadable, and how to use silence as a force that weakens the will of your rivals, without you ever lifting a finger. But be warned, this is not about being nice or taking the high road. This is about control. This is about becoming the architect of your own reality. Most people cannot handle this level of control. It feels unnatural. It feels cold. Good. Let the others be warm and predictable. You are here to become something else. To understand why this skill is so unsettling, you first have to understand the machinery of the average mind, the reactive mind. Humans are social animals. We are wired for feedback loops. For thousands of years, our survival depended on being understood by the tribe. So we evolved a deep need for validation. We need to know where we stand. When two men interact, there is a silent contract. I show you my emotion. You show me yours. I attack. You defend. I joke. You laugh. It's a ping-pong match of energy. But what happens when you refuse to hit the ball back? What happens when someone insults you and you just look at them? You don't get angry. You don't look hurt. You don't try to look tough. You just observe. You have broken the social contract. You have denied them the feedback loop their brain is searching for. And because nature dislikes a vacuum, their mind goes into overdrive. They start filling that silence with their own insecurities. They start wondering, does he know something I don't? Is he planning something? Why isn't this working? Robert Greene understood this pattern better than almost anyone writing about power in the modern era. Studying emperors, kings, generals, courtiers, and master strategists across centuries, he noticed the same pattern. The leaders who were reactive, the ones who displayed their anger, fear, or excitement on command, were easy to influence because they were predictable. If you know what a man loves, you can use it as bait. If you know what he hates, you can use it as a trap. But the figures who mastered concealment, who understood the art of strategic ambiguity, became almost impossible to influence. They unsettled rivals because you cannot trap a ghost. This is the first lesson. Predictability is a liability. Look at your own life. How many times have you given your power away because you felt the need to explain yourself? Your boss criticizes you. Immediately your heart rate rises. You start talking. Well, actually the reason I did that was... Stop. What are you doing? You are handing him your cards. You are showing him that he has the power to disturb your peace. You are asking him to understand you. A powerful man does not need to be understood. He only needs to be effective. When you explain, you are often defending. When you are silent, you are observing. Robert Greene repeatedly emphasizes that power often belongs to the person who controls the flow of information. Your face is information. Your tone of voice is information. Your reaction is data. Stop giving your data away for free. The skill that unsettles other men is the ability to endure the tension of the unsaid. Most people feel that tension physically. A silence hangs in the air and they have to break it. They make a joke. They apologize. They fill the void. The disciplined man loves the void. He sits in it. He watches you squirm in it. He knows that the longer the silence lasts, the more truth people reveal. This is the difference between a dog and a lion. A dog reacts to everything. A leaf blows. Reaction. A car passes. Reaction. A stranger walks by. Reaction. The dog is reactive. It has no control. It is a servant to its environment. A lion can sit on a rock for hours watching, waiting. A lion doesn't roar at a leaf. It doesn't waste energy. But when it moves, it changes everything around it. Other men are intimidated by the lion, not because of its teeth, but because of its stillness. They don't know when it will act. They don't know what it is thinking. You need to eliminate the dog inside you, the part of you that needs to be heard. The part of you that needs to be right. The part of you that needs to clarify things. Let them misunderstand you. Let them think you're inexperienced. Let them think you're weak. Let them build an entire castle of assumptions on a foundation of sand. Because while they are busy assuming, you are busy calculating. Let's go deeper. We need to talk about the engineering of your mind. In systems theory, there is a concept called a black box. A black box is a system where you can see the input and you can see the output, but you cannot see the internal workings. You don't know how it processes the data. You need to become a black box. Right now, most men are glass boxes. Everyone can see the gears turning. Someone disrespects you. We can see the gear of ego turn the gear of irritation, which turns the gear of arguing. It's mechanical. It's predictable. When you become a black box, you change the physics of the interaction. Here is the scenario. You are in a meeting. A colleague tries to undermine you. He makes a sarcastic comment about your project. The glass box man gets defensive. He responds immediately. He looks at the room for validation. He has just lost. He has entered the frame of the attacker. The black box man does something else. He hears the comment. That is the input. But then nothing happens. He pauses. He looks at the colleague. Maybe he nods slowly. Maybe he writes something down on his notepad. Then he continues speaking as if the colleague never spoke. What just happened? The colleague threw pressure into the room, and it never landed where he expected. Now the colleague is unsettled. Did he hear me? Did he not care? Is he writing something down for later? Is he so far above me that my comment didn't even register? You have unsettled him without lifting a finger. This is what Robert Greene meant when he discussed the reputation of powerful figures. A powerful individual must be variable. He must not be tied to one single mode of operation. If you always become irritated when challenged, I can influence you. I just need to challenge you when I want you distracted. If you always seek approval, I can influence you. I just need to withhold praise until you do what I want. But if your reaction is independent of my action, I am powerless. This requires a level of detachment that feels almost cold. You have to learn to watch your own emotions as if they are happening to someone else. You feel the flash of irritation. Good, acknowledge it. I am feeling irritation. But do not let it reach your face. Do not let it reach your voice. There is a gap, a microscopic gap between the stimulus and the response. Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist who survived immense hardship, found his freedom in that gap. He said, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response." Most men have no space. They are fused with their environment. You must widen the gap. When you widen the gap, you slow down time. Have you ever noticed that high-status individuals move slower? They speak slower. They blink slower. Low-status individuals are twitchy. They scan the room. They speak fast because they are afraid of being interrupted. They are vibrating with anxiety. Robert Greene would tell you to slow down. Speed is a symptom of fear. Speed says, "I am running out of time." Slowness says, "I own the time." When you delay your reaction, you signal authority. Think of a negotiation. The other side names a price. If you answer immediately, you seem eager. You seem desperate. If you wait 3, 4, 5 seconds of total silence, you make them question the value of their own offer. They might even lower the price just to break the silence. Your silence does the work for you. It is a heavy, invisible hand that presses down on the other person's chest. Why do men fear this skill? Because it reflects the unknown. We are naturally programmed to fear the dark. Why? Because the dark hides uncertainty. A silent man is a dark room. You don't know what's in there. Is he a saint? Is he a threat? Is he a genius? Is he a fool? The human brain cannot handle ambiguity. It tries to resolve it, and usually it resolves it by assigning power to the ambiguous figure. We assume the quiet man is the smart one. We assume the unreactive man is the strong one. He might not be, but the assumption grants him power. Robert Greene understood that perception shapes reality in the game of power. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Now I can hear the objection forming in your mind. But isn't this suppression? Isn't this unhealthy? Won't I eventually lose control? No. Suppression is when you shove the emotion down and deny it. Suppression is fear. What we are talking about is containment. Think of a nuclear reactor. Inside the core there is immense heat, immense radiation, chaos, energy. But the walls are thick lead and concrete. On the outside, the building is cool. It is silent. It is structured. You are not becoming a robot. You are becoming a reactor. You feel everything. You feel the disrespect. You feel the betrayal. You feel the intense desire to respond. But you have a citadel around your mind. The walls of the citadel are built from logic, strategy, and purpose. Nothing leaves the citadel without a pass. When an emotion tries to escape through your mouth, the guard at the gate stops it. The guard asks one question: does expressing this serve my ultimate goal? If the answer is no, the emotion stays inside. It gets processed. It gets used as fuel. If the answer is yes, then, and only then, do you open the gate and release it with precision. Robert Greene never advocates becoming emotionless. He advocates becoming strategic. Sometimes a calculated display of anger is useful. If a subordinate is becoming careless, a sudden controlled display of anger can wake him up. But the key word is controlled. You are not angry because you lost control. You are expressing anger because it is the correct tactical move for the situation. You are the architect of your own mind. This unsettles other men because they know deep down they are servants to their impulses. When they see a man who isn't, they feel a deep sense of inferiority. They call you cold. They call you arrogant. They call you emotionally detached. Let them. These are just words they use to comfort themselves. They are trying to frame your strength as a defect so they don't have to face their own weakness. It is easier to call a disciplined man obsessive than it is to admit you are lazy. It is easier to call a stoic man emotionally unavailable than it is to admit you are emotionally uncontrolled. Robert Greene teaches us to be indifferent to these labels. He repeatedly shows that respect built on self-control lasts longer than approval built on pleasing people. Why? Because approval is fickle. It is given by others and can be taken away by others. Respect, specifically the respect born of composure, discipline, and unpredictability, is sustained by you. It depends on your actions, not their feelings. But understand the nature of this respect. We aren't talking about being a tyrant. We aren't talking about intimidating people. We are talking about the respect people feel toward the deep ocean. It's beautiful. It's calm, but you respect it because you know it is vast and you know it can overwhelm you if you fail to respect it. This is disciplined darkness. When you are around a man who has this skill, you actually feel safer. Why? Because you know he isn't going to panic. If the building faces an emergency, the screaming man is useless. The silent, calculating man is the one you follow. So this intimidation you inspire is a double-edged sword. To your rivals, it is a nightmare. They cannot manipulate you. To your allies, it is a shield. They know you are solid. But to build this citadel, you have to do the shadow work. You have to look at why you react. Why did that insult hurt? Because you're insecure about your intelligence. Why did that rejection sting? Because you need validation. You have to fix the foundation. You cannot build a fortress on a swamp. Robert Greene is a realist. He studies the world as it is, not as it should be. You must look at yourself as you are. Find your triggers and deactivate them. A trigger is just a button someone else installed in your psyche. If I press this, he gets sad. If I press this, he argues. Go into the wiring and cut the cables. When you walk through the world with no buttons, you are untouchable. People will try to press them. They will poke. They will prod. And when nothing happens, they will look at you with that specific mixture of awe and discomfort, because they realize they are unarmed against you. We have talked about silence in the moment. Now we must talk about silence in time. Absence. Robert Greene repeatedly shows that familiarity breeds contempt. If you are always available, you are cheap. If you always answer the phone, you are subservient. If you are always at the party, you are part of the furniture. The skill that unsettles people is the ability to walk away without explanation. We live in a culture of closure. Everyone wants closure. They want the final conversation. They want to hash it out. They want the breakup text to explain everything. Why? Because closure allows them to package the story, put it on a shelf, and feel good about themselves. Oh, he left because he wasn't ready for commitment. She fired me because the budget was cut. Closure is a comfort blanket. The dangerous man denies closure. He withdraws. He doesn't block you. He doesn't make a scene. He just fades. He becomes busy. His replies get shorter. Then they stop. This drives the human mind into madness. This is the Zeigarnik effect on steroids. The brain remembers unfinished tasks better than finished ones. An unresolved conflict is an open loop. The brain spins and spins trying to close the loop. What did I do? Is he coming back? Did I offend him? By denying closure, you occupy real estate in their mind. Rent-free, you become a ghost that haunts them. In business, this is leverage. You are negotiating a deal. The terms aren't right. The amateur argues. He tries to convince. The strategist simply packs his bag, shakes hands, says, "I don't think this is for us," and leaves. He doesn't counteroffer. He leaves the void. The other party is left holding the bag. They have to chase, and whoever chases loses power. Wait, come back. Maybe we can adjust the rate. Now you have won. In relationships, this is the ultimate filter. A person tests you. They pull away to see if you will chase. Most people chase. They get anxious. Are you mad at me? The disciplined individual does the opposite. They pull away. He mirrors it. He pulls away further. He focuses on his mission. He signals, I desire you, but I do not need you. That distinction, desire versus need, is palpable. Need is repulsive. Need smells like decay. Autonomy is magnetic. The skill is to be comfortable with the possibility of loss. You have to be willing to lose the deal. You have to be willing to lose the relationship. You have to be willing to lose the validation. Robert Greene repeatedly emphasizes that power belongs to those who can walk away. If you cannot walk away, you are a slave. If you can walk away, you are free. And free people are unsettling to those who depend on external approval. Think about the people you respect most. Do they explain themselves? Do they apologize for existing? Do they beg for attention? No, they have a gravity. They are grounded in their own reality. If you enter their orbit, good. If you leave their orbit, the planet keeps spinning. This is the abundance mindset weaponized. It says, my mission is more important than your opinion. When you practice strategic absence, you increase your value. Scarcity creates value. Gold is valuable because it is rare. Air is vital, but it is free because it is everywhere. Be gold, not air. Let them miss you. Let them wonder about you. Don't post everything on social media. Don't broadcast your every move. Be a mystery. In a world of oversharing, the man who shares nothing is the one everyone watches. They look for clues. They analyze your few words like scripture. You have turned the tables. You are no longer the consumer of attention. You are the scarce resource. Now we must address the enemy. The enemy is not the screaming man. It is not the manipulator. It is not the boss. The enemy is you, specifically your ego. Your ego hates everything I have just said. Your ego wants to scream back. Your ego wants to be recognized. Your ego wants the last word. Your ego wants to be right. Robert Greene would tell you that being right is often a consolation prize. Do you want to be right or do you want to be effective? Often you cannot be both. To master this skill, you must kill your ego. You must be willing to look like a fool to win the war. There is a story of a great general who was challenged to a duel by a young hot-headed soldier. The soldier spat in the general's face. The general stood there. He wiped the spit away and he walked away. His men were ashamed. General, why didn't you fight him? You are a coward, the general said. If a donkey kicks you, do you kick it back? The general had nothing to prove. His ego was dead. Only his strategy remained. If he had fought the soldier, he would have lowered himself to the soldier's level. By walking away, he remained a general. This is the hardest part, because when someone disrespects you, your blood boils. It feels like a threat to your existence. But it is only a threat to your image. If you are secure in your reality, an insult is just noise. It is wind. It only hurts if you secretly believe it might be true. The man who is terrified of being seen as weak is the one who acts tough. The man who knows he is capable is gentle. He doesn't need to advertise. This is the outlier mindset. You are playing a different game. They are playing the game of status. Who looks cooler? Who is louder? You are playing the game of outcome. Did I get what I wanted? If silence gets you the outcome, use silence. If diplomacy gets you the outcome, use diplomacy. If forcefulness gets you the outcome, use forcefulness. But never use them because you felt like it. Use them because you chose them. Robert Greene has often been misunderstood because he separates emotion from strategy. But he is not teaching cruelty. He is teaching clarity. He looks at human interaction as a mechanic looks at an engine. If the engine is broken, you don't pray to it. You don't get angry at it. You fix it. Sometimes you use a hammer. Sometimes you use oil. The people around you are the engine. Your emotions are the dashboard indicators. You are the mechanic. Don't scream at the engine. Fix it. When you adopt this clinical detachment, people feel it. They feel that you are dissecting them with your eyes. They feel that you are not playing by the rules of polite society. You are playing by the rules of nature, power, leverage, and reality. And reality is terrifying to those who live in delusions. So what is the end game here? Do you become a stone, a ghost, a hermit? No, you become an architect. When you stop reacting to the world, you gain the power to create the world. You act and the world reacts to you. You set the tempo. You set the tone. You become the eye of the storm. Chaos swirls around you. People screaming, markets crashing, relationships ending, and you stand in the center, calm, calculating. This skill, the skill of Robert Greene-style strategic silence, of containment, is the prerequisite for all greatness. You cannot lead others if you cannot rule yourself. You cannot build an empire if a single rude comment can destroy your focus. It takes practice. Tomorrow, someone will test you. Traffic will cut you off. A barista will be rude. A friend will disappoint you. Your old wiring will want to snap. Catch it. Pause. Widen the gap. Look at the anger. Say, hello. And then choose silence. Watch what happens. Watch the other person. Watch their confusion. Watch their discomfort. And feel the surge of power that comes from knowing you are the one in control. You are holding the leash of the beast. Most men are dragged by the beast. You walk it. This is the path of the outlier. It is lonely at first because you are leaving the herd. The herd is noisy. The herd is warm. The herd is reactive. The path of the wolf is silent. The path of the wolf is cold. But the wolf survives while the sheep wait for direction. Which one are you? The skill that unsettles other men is simply this: the absolute refusal to be moved by anything other than your own will. It is the ultimate freedom. And once you taste it, you will never go back to being a puppet. If you are still listening to this voice, you are not like the others. You have the attention span of a predator, not prey. Subscribe if you haven't.